Hey guys, it's Jess with JDMSG with video number 2 with the Social Lubricant Trophy Guide. This time we're tackling levels 4, 5, and 6. So I'll show my strategies along the way. In the meantime, just enjoy some of the simpler ones that start off with level 4. Alright, just to follow up again with the moving circles. Don't compensate for the movement of the circles, it automatically follows the circle, so just pretend it's a still circle, and that's the best way to go about those moving ones. As for these dual ones, there's not much advice I can give you on that one, except for it just requires hand-eye coordination. Alright, so this is where it starts getting difficult. My advice for this one is to get the two reticles close together, like overlapping like that, with the left one on the left side and the right one on the right side, and then try to move the sticks in sync with each other as if they're one. That'll make it a lot simpler. You'll see a couple of those throughout the levels, but that was level 4 on to level 5. Let's go put down this punk. Alright, just a follow up from the last video if you didn't watch. Just try to get as many as possible in one straight line swoop and avoid doing switchbacks and stopping the reticle. That'll slow you down and eventually screw you over in the later levels. So again, just try to identify lines and get as many of the button presses in one fell swoop in a fast motion. As you can see, they're going to start to get more complicated. My advice for these ones, the pattern ones that start getting more difficult, is get all the difficult ones first, and then save the simpler ones for last, just so you have more time to get to the simpler one you know you can grab with confidence. So for these ones that gravitate in and out of the center of the screen, try to camp where they meet. I kind of undershot it there, but it beats chasing down them all individually if you can help it. Same thing with this one. They're rotating, so just let the button presses do the traveling work for you and just kind of camp in the middle there. Instead of chasing them all down individually, it'll save you a lot of time just letting them do the work and coming to you versus chasing them down. This one introduces the sequence button. That's where you have to push them all in sequence before it'll clear off the screen. I recommend doing those ones first whenever possible, just because those tend to be the ones that you screw up most when under pressure, like at the very end, like if you saved it for last. So yeah, that's my recommendation, is do those ones first, if possible. So that's level 5, so we're going to move straight into level 6, arguably the hardest one in all of the drinking games. I disagree, I think level 10 is the hardest, but we're going to knock 6 out in this video. Alright, as you can see, it starts off with a fast one. Again, don't compensate too much for the circle's movement. Your reticle is already moving in sync with it, so just pretend it's a still circle again, and you'll see this happening throughout level 6. It just gets ridiculous. Like this one is just a random circle. This one I think you do have to compensate for, but not by much. It's just, I think it's a random pattern, that one. Stage 3, we're going into just, you know, a left-right split. Just take your time with it and try not to move the reticles too much. Be easier to do it that way. And what do we got here? Same thing, just different and a little bit smaller circles, I believe. So yeah, just try to avoid doing great movements with the analog sticks. Try to make them small, subtle ones to make them easier to track. Alright, so here we go. This is where it gets really difficult, at least for me. Fuses it into one circle, just like last time. Just try to overlap them as close as possible to get the left one on the left and the right one on the right. This is actually where I lost because I spent too much time trying to do it backwards. And then just at the very last second I lost. See, I think I should have won that, but I didn't. So we're just going to fast forward to attempt number 2. And again, just trying to overlap them, but barely putting the left reticle on the left and the right one on the right, and then moving them as if they were one, but obviously you're using both analog sticks. And then that's how you do those ones. Alright, so for the most part, they just combined tactics I've already showed you. Just remember each one, and you'll be fine. You're going to redo this 1,001 times. Just the whole drinking game in general. But that is it for 4, 5, and 6. Coming up is going to be 7, 8, and 9. I'm not sure if I could squeeze 10 in there, but I will if I can. This is Jess with JDMSG.